Hey guys, this is Tim from PencilPay. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little rundown for a few minutes on what PencilPay is, number one, number two, how it works in with Deer, and number three, the benefits to suppliers, wholesalers, and distributors. So when you're selling to other businesses, often you'll need to get those customers to onboard via a credit application form. Now, the whole idea of PencilPay is to be able to onboard customers using a dedicated credit application form that's online, and then for those customers to be able to enter things like their credit card or their bank details, and for those details to be able to be validated, verified, and encrypted in Pencil, so you can either auto bill that customer or you can hold some payment method as security. Now, the way it works is we're going to initially set up our credit application form. So you'll see here that all of this stuff has come directly from Deer. So you've got your 30 days and prepaid as your two trading terms. I set things like my credit limits and my payment methods that I can accept, and then I can decide the information that I require for that particular trading term. So if a customer has 30 days, you might want to collect things like a personal guarantee. But if a customer does prepaid, you might just want a credit card or something like that, just to keep it really nice and straightforward. All right, so once we've set these up, the trading terms, what we're going to do is we're going to go and design the forms. So you'll see here that we can set the color and font for basically every button, every field of information required. Okay, so we've done that, and then we can go and we can view that form just to see if the design looks okay. Yep, that looks okay to me. And then what I'll do is I will click the embed button. It gives you a line of code, and that line of code actually allows you to be able to create those forms up on your website really, really easily. All right, so the way that those forms would look on your website is like this. So you'll see that this little iframe will just sit in a block on your website. It takes 10 seconds to create the forms up on your website. Then you would just direct the customer to go to your website and they enter their ABN. Okay. Now we have a pre-configured integration with ASIC, and what that means is the customer can just enter their ABN, hit search, and you'll see that it brings up the exact details as they are in ASIC straight away. All right. So as a customer, I'm just going to move through the steps and complete this form. But what I wanted to show you is the way it looks at the other end. So that's what a customer would do. Now, this is at your end as the supplier or product distributor. Now, you'll see here I've got my customers. Now, I can go and check out who my customers are. You'll see the first one I wanted to take you through is Miss Independent. Okay, we've got Miss Independent here. Now, that customer has onboarded, and I've approved that customer for trading terms. I think for 15 days I approved it for. But what I've done is I've actually gone and created an order inside of Deer Systems. Now you'll see here that we've got Miss Independent is the customer, and I've created an order just for 2 sets of gloves. All right, it's $280 plus GST is the cost. And then what I've done is I've also authorized the quote. Now, one of the pieces of value of PencilPay is that you can get the customer to pay using a link at either the quote stage, the sales order stage, or the sales invoice stage. Now, you can set things like you want to collect 50% of the overall payment on quote, and then the total upon the order or the invoice. For this particular one, I've just done 100% at the quote stage, and then 100% at the order, and 100% at the sales invoice stage. So what I've done initially, if I go here and I've authorized this, then I can just click on print, and then you can click on the quote that you want. Now, what I've done here, you can see at the bottom, it's got Pay by PencilPay. This is what your customers would see. Okay. Once I click on that Pay by PencilPay link, that's going to open up here. Now, Miss Independent was a approved customer, which means that I've got Miss Independent's credit card on file. So that's why it's giving me the option to pay with credit card or pay with a different payment method. Now, if they want to pay by credit card, we just use the save payment details that we've got stored, and then you can just hit pay. But what I want to do is I want to go pay with a different payment method, and you'll see that it gives me some credit card fields to be able to enter that. But what we're going to do just for the purpose of this demo is pay with the existing credit card, and I'll hit pay. Now, one thing that we'll do is once that payment's been processed, that payment will just push back directly into Deer, and that'll be visible immediately within that particular order inside of Deer. Now, you'll see here I've gone back to that order, and I'm just going to hit refresh. Now, once I hit refresh, you'll see that the order would have updated. And what I'm going to do is scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see here that there's a payment that's been made. We've got the payment on the 19th of the 4th for $308, which is the 280 plus GST, and it gives you the reference there as well. Now, prior to the invoice getting authorized and therefore sent into Xero or QuickBooks, what happens is that payment just sits as an existing payment against that particular account inside of Deer. And then once you approve that and authorize that particular invoice and it gets pushed into Xero, the payment will automatically attach to that particular invoice, which just makes it very easy for reconciliation. Thanks so much for your time, guys. That just gives you a little bit of a rundown on PencilPay and how it works in with Deer systems for product suppliers that are doing B2B. If you've got any questions, please hit me up and respond to the email, and we can go from there. Thanks again.